Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is day 2 of my ukulele course, and if you haven't checked out day 1 yet, I will leave it in the description box below or in the iCard so that you can go check that out. All that is it's just basic stuff of, what the ukulele is, about the ukulele, and just tuning and stuff like that. So be sure to go check that out first before this video. Today we're going to be looking at how to hold your ukulele and also how to play your very first chord, which is going to be the C chord. Let's get started. Okay, so first let's focus on holding the ukulele. There are 2 ways to play the ukulele. You can either play it standing up or sitting down. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to be playing it sitting down. But if you're thinking of playing it standing up, what I would recommend is getting straps and a ukulele that has strap buttons. A strap is going to be really helpful because when you stand up, you don't want to be always worrying about dropping your ukulele. So if that's something that you're looking into, make sure that you get a strap for your ukulele. But again, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys sitting down. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is you're going to take the body of the ukulele, and the back of the body is going to be flat. So you're going to place the back of the ukulele flat against you, and you want it in an upright position. You don't want it tilted. And this is actually one of the biggest mistakes that I see in beginners. It might seem easier because you're able to look down and you're able to see all the frets and it's right there for you, but your hand's actually going to start cramping up and it's going to be very painful to play this way. So don't do that. It's going to be very uncomfortable. Make sure that you catch this mistake early if you're doing it and hold your instrument upright. Okay, let's take a look at what angle you want to hold your ukulele at. So I would generally recommend something about shoulder level or something right there. That's generally a good level to have your ukulele at. I like to have my ukulele right about there. That's a good angle. But obviously try to mess around and see what's comfortable for you. Just make sure that you are able to play freely in that at that angle. Another important thing is I'm taking this part of my ukulele and I'm actually supporting it and laying it down on my thigh. And this is just going to make it easier for me to play and make me feel like my instrument is more supported, which is really important. Okay, let's take a look now at the right hand. Again, flat against your body, and you're going to take your right hand, and I like to kind of hug my ukulele. So my elbow, my kind of elbow joint right there, that goes right at the edge of the ukulele, up here, up at the top, and then you're gonna wrap around and grab this part of the ukulele. So you're gonna wrap around and grab it. And this is generally like what I like to call hugging my ukulele. Once you're here, loosen up and pull back so that your palm is covering the sound hole, which is right there. So you're gonna grab it, pull back. And this point, note where your, what part of your hand falls right there. So again, grab, pull back. For me, the part of my hand that falls right there is right there. That's what I'm gonna call the pivot point for your right hand. That's really important because when you're strumming, you wanna make sure that you have a comfortable point that you can pivot at. So that's going to be your pivot point, and that's what you're going to use. That's the part of your hand that's going to be glued on to the edge of the ukulele so that when you strum, you're not all over the place. So take a few minutes right now to find that pivot point and just go back, up and down, back and forth. You can, make a fist or whatever and just go up and down. Make sure that you're really comfortable with that pivot point. And if you need to adjust it, by all means, go ahead and do it. But just make sure that you're really comfortable and your hand is not getting stuck anywhere. So go ahead and pause the video and give that a shot. Okay, so hopefully now you've paused the video. And now we're gonna look at where to strum. So again, hug, pull back, pivot point, and you actually don't wanna strum right above the sound hole. And that's actually something that surprised me when I first started. But what you wanna do is you actually, instead of strumming here, you wanna strum right there. This is a sweet spot. This is like the perfect spot for strumming. You don't want to strum too far out onto the fretboard, and you don't want to strum too far out onto the sound hole, because your hand can get caught in the strings, and it can get caught in the sound hole. So right there, this kind of area right here, that's the sweet spot, and that's where you want to make sure that you're strumming. So again, flat against your body, rest it on your thigh, grab the ukulele, hug it, pull back, pivot point, and then kind of just wave your hand up and down like that, and you should be able to kind of comfortably, your hands should be able to reach right there. If your hands don't reach there, try to shift your pivot point, but overall you generally just want to be able to grab hold of that pivot point and then be able to reach all the way over to that sweet spot. So just make sure that you can do that really quickly. That's about it for the right hand. We will go more in depth about strumming and stuff like that in the future, but let's take a look at the left hand. For the left hand, hug your ukulele for now so that we can focus on the left hand, and have your ukulele at the angle that you want it, and give me a thumbs up. This is kind of what your thumb should be like when you have it on the neck, and the part of your thumb that you're going to be using mainly is right about there. That's what you're going to be using for your ukulele. So go ahead, and what you're going to do is you're going to take the thumb and you're going to place it right, I'm trying to find a good angle, right there. Hopefully you can see that. But you want to make sure that you're not using the top part of your thumb and you're not going too low, just right about at that joint. You want to grab the ukulele with your thumb and then let go of the rest of your hands. So thumbs up, grab the ukulele and let go. And then you're gonna reach up and wrap your hand across the rest of the ukulele. And the reason why I'm having you do this is because your hands are gonna have to be able to confine to a specific arc. Like, you want to make sure that your hand can arc over and like it can actually like grab onto the ukulele. You want a specific kind of curve in your hand, or else your fingers are gonna be flat and you're gonna start muting a bunch of strings, which is gonna get very annoying in the future. So in order to make sure that your hands have that curve in them, thumbs up, grab, reach over, and then pull back. So that you're gonna reach over, you're gonna pull back, and land all of your fingers on the top string. So thumbs up, land, reach over, pull back. Thumbs up, land, reach over, pull back. Give this a couple of tries. Pause the video right now and make sure that you're able to almost, when you have your hands wrapped over the fourth string, you want to be able to have a space in between your hand and the fretboard. You don't want your hand flat. You want to make sure that you have a space. And pretend that you have a bubble in your hand, and you don't want to pop that bubble. So pause the video right now and give that a couple goes. Thumbs up, grab the ukulele, reach over, and pull back. Give that a couple tries. Okay, so now that you've paused the video and practiced that, go ahead and start pressing down a bit. Not too much, just a bit. And work your hand up and down each of the four strings. You don't have to put down too much pressure, just a little bit. Just make sure that you're able to grab it without popping that bubble. Give that a couple tries. Okay, so hopefully you are now comfortable with kind of being able to move around the ukulele without popping that bubble. Remember, do not pop that bubble or else things are gonna get very complicated in the future. Let's go ahead and look at our first chord, which is going to be the C chord. Okay, so for the C chord, pluck that bottom string right there. That's your A string. And your third fret is going to be, so you're going to have fret 1, fret 2, and fret 3. This is your third fret, so find that fret, and then remember, the fret is the space in between those bars. And then you're gonna pluck that bottom string And using your ring finger, which is going to be your third finger, you're going to put that finger, so remember, thumbs up, grab your hands over, pull back, and when you pull back, land your third finger or your ring finger on that fret. And generally for the best sound, you want to land it somewhere in between the two fret bars, preferably right down in the middle, but obviously you can mess around with your ukulele and find what sounds best. So make sure that you don't hear this. You don't want to hear that. If you hear that, press harder. I know it hurts at first, but give your hand a few breaks, loosen up. Your skin will become more rough as you play more, so it won't be that bad very, very, very soon. If you keep practicing, it's not going to be that bad anymore. So press a bit harder. Let go. Shake it out. Press again. Make sure that you don't hear that muting. Make sure that you're pressing all the way. And that's it. So that's the note. In order to play the entire chord, we're going to go into our playing position here. So thumbs up, grab, wrap your hand over, pull back, drop your ring finger on the third fret, first string at the bottom. And what you're gonna do is using your left hand, we're not gonna get too into strumming or what your hand's supposed to be like when you strum, but just use your thumb for now. Get the side of your thumb, place it at the top of the strings, and pull down. And that's it. If you hear this, you're all set. If you hear this, don't do that. You're digging your hands into the instrument. Just think down, down. That's all you want to do. You don't want to dig too far in. And if you hear this, make sure that each of your strings are ringing. Press harder if you need to. And down. And that's your C chord. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Make sure that you practice not popping that bubble and practice your C chord. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.